I used to have tiny biceps, and now they grew to a pretty respectable size, you could say. And in this video, I'm going to share how I did that, how I transformed my biceps to where they are now. The first thing, just getting stronger biceps. I remember when I started training at the gym, because for my first 1.5 years of training, I was actually training in my room. So you can see my pull-up bar there, and there's a dip bar on there. So in general, I was very limited in how I could train my biceps. I couldn't even really add weights because I was limited to like 10 kilogram dumbbells. I had two 10 kilogram dumbbells. So I could just do bicep curls with 10 kilograms and I couldn't really add weights. I could just add reps, add reps, add reps. But at some point, it gets pretty annoying when you just add reps to certain exercise, even for a small muscle group like our biceps. So when I started training at the gym, January of this year, so around 10 months ago, the first exercise I did for biceps that I really liked was standing bicep curl, and I really liked it at the time. Standing bicep curl with good form, just standing with a barbell. And I remember the first time I did that, I used 20 kilograms, basically just an empty barbell in of itself with really good form. I did like 5 reps, no 6 reps. Then 4 months after that, 4 months after I started doing the normal standing bicep curl, I was using 40 kilograms, so the barbell with 10 kilogram plates. So I doubled my strength for 6 reps. And of course, my biceps were slightly bigger then. But for a long time, I didn't really understand how important it was to progress in strength for every single muscle group, even for those small muscle groups for bodybuilding. I thought strength was only for powerlifters and bodybuilding didn't really matter, but it's still so important to be consistently progressing in strength. And when I understood this and I understood that it was still important even for a small muscle group like my biceps, that's when my biceps started to actually grow. And I'm still doing this now. I'm not doing the standing bicep curl anymore, but I'm still using the same philosophy of still using progressive overload even for my biceps. The second thing, actually training them enough. Recently, I started just adding some more volume to them because my biceps don't really get that fatigued. To be honest, they recover fairly quickly. So I've been doing a little bit more volume, like not crazy, not some crazy amount of volume. I'm still doing like 8 sets per week, like 8 isolation exercises. Those 8 sets of isolation exercise for biceps. So every session I do like 4 sets of an isolation exercise for my biceps. But in general, you could say some pulling exercise also hit my biceps a little bit, but not too much. But actually just training them enough. I remember for a long time when I started actually training, I was training here at home. I'd seen some videos on YouTube saying that you could grow your biceps with chin-ups, that you could get big biceps with just normal chin-ups. And I kind of followed that advice. It didn't really work for me. My back got bigger. I had like a bigger back. But my biceps weren't big. They were super small. And it was always so depressing to see. Because I had a fairly big chest. I had a fairly big shoulders. But my biceps were fairly small. And they were probably one of my worst body parts. Until I actually started to hit them directly. I actually started doing like concentration curls in my room here. I actually started doing like cross body curls or hammer curls. That's when they started growing. But there's so many people out there saying that you can grow your big bicep with chin-ups. Yeah, if you maybe have good bicep genetics, I guess. Maybe I just have bad bicep genetics and I can grow them with such a like a big compound that hits most of your back. Maybe some people can grow their biceps with only chin-ups. I just know that I couldn't get big biceps from chin-ups alone. And that I need to do some extra work on them to really grow them well. And mostly, even when I'm doing chin-ups, I don't really feel it that much in my biceps. I feel it really well in my lats and my back, but my biceps don't really, like, I'm sure they're still working hard, but I don't really feel any muscle mass connection there. That's when I actually understood how important it was to actually hit them directly and do enough volume for them. Especially because the biceps are such a muscle group that's it's so hard to fatigue them. They can take more than you think. Of course, don't do too much. I think one exercise per session is more than enough, and you do like 4, 3, 4, 5 sets. It's more than enough. But still hit them directly and hit them hard because it's a small muscle group. Third thing, oh yeah, I already said this. I already covered it. Biceps are a small muscle group. Okay, last thing, just bulking. Being a caloric surplus. I could talk about this in pretty much every video because it's so important. If you want to maximize muscle growth for any muscle group, you need to be in a caloric surplus. You need to eat more. And I'm doing this right now. I'm eating like 3,900 calories per day. Like it's difficult, but I know it's important for me to gain weight. I'm at like 200 pounds now. Like, oh, Damn. I almost catched him. It was like a fly, but I'm at around 200 pounds now. I remember when I started training, I was around 114 pounds. I weighed like 52 kilograms. Now I weigh 90 kilograms. I'm around 200 pounds. Like I'm getting heavier and heavier. My goal for this bulk is maybe 95. And if I don't look too fat at 95 kilograms, I'm gonna go up to 100 before doing my first official cut. And I'm sure I'm gonna look insane after the cut. I'm sure of that. The thumbnails for this are just gonna be insane. But I know it's important that I gain that weight first. Because to maximize muscle growth, you need to be in a caloric surplus. And I just understand that me not bulking and days going out without me being in a caloric surplus means I'm not building muscle to the maximum of my capacity. Like eating a caloric surplus is really, really overpowered and it's so helpful. It's so important to do. You can still build some muscle by whilst being in caloric like maintenance. It's still possible, but it's gonna be so much slower for no reason. I know it's hard to eat a lot. Trust me, I know. I'm eating like 3,900 calories per day, like almost 400. It's painful, it's difficult. It takes some mental strength to actually do that. That is so important to do. So yeah, that's how I grew my biceps. And I'm working on getting them even bigger than they are right now. And and the exercise I'm doing now for my biceps, I stopped doing standing bicep curls, but the exercises I'm now doing for my biceps are basically cable Bayesian curl. You know, when you just hold a cable stack, you face away from the cable, and then you just curl from there. It's a really good exercise, but it's like super painful. And that's what I do on my first back like pull workout of the week. And then on my second pull workout of the week, like I'm doing just one exercise per session. My second pull workout of the week. Basically what I'm going to train tomorrow. Tomorrow I have my pull B workout. The first exercise I'm going to do is basically just single arm dumbbell preacher curl. Like it's also a really good exercise. And what those two exercises have in common is that they're more lengthened biased. So the resistance curve makes it so that the exercise is more difficult as you approach the kind of the stretch position for your biceps, which has been shown scientifically to be more beneficial for muscle growth. So I've been doing them recently, and the burn has been just insane. The mind muscle connection has been so painful. Like it really forces me. It's really hard mentally and physically, you know. So I'm sure they're gonna grow my biceps even more, and I'm sure over the next few months and years, my biceps are really gonna blow up with these short exercises. So yeah, that's how I grew my biceps, and that's how I plan to get my biceps even bigger. Hope you found this valuable. If you want to join my community, my free community that I started like a free community for if you want to bulk up and build a physique that you can be proud of. Just click the first thing in the description. It'll get you there. Hope to see you inside. Don't worry from discomfort. Chase it.